Hey everyone, it is Alicia Cooper Wells, known as Miss Cooper Home Loans. I am a wife, a mother, a serial entrepreneur. I've been able to acquire real estate, which has allowed me to build wealth for my family. I started as a single mom, and having a little boy look up to me at that time, it was tough, and I didn't know how I was going to do it. And real estate was the venture, the avenue, the vehicle, whatever you want to call it, that allowed me to build wealth. I want to talk about the post that I put up with Madam Kamala Harris, the Vice President, speaking about the reduction, that means the lowering of the FHA mortgage insurance premium. So FHA has MIP, not PMI. So if you've already bought a home or heard of this before, when we talk about conventional loans having PMI, that is private mortgage insurance. When something is usually private, that means you can shop around for it. Now, your mortgage lender may not have told you that when you got your conventional loan, that you could shop around, or they may have done it automatically for you where you can shop around the mortgage insurance premium on your conventional loan. Well, guess what? When it came to an FHA loan, shopping around was not an option. So if you had got a mortgage FHA loan, you have MIP, which is mortgage insurance premium, and that mortgage insurance premium was set by HUD. FHA loans, everybody paid the same rate, depending on the only thing that could create a variation in what that would be is if you put more money down. So for people who are saying, man, this doesn't mean anything, the interest rates are rising, why is this a big deal? Well, it's a big deal because mortgage insurance does nothing for you as a consumer, right? It is only there to protect the lender, to protect FHA when they do choose to do these loans. So instead of them reducing the interest rate, which would have been nice, I get it, but why not reduce the part that does not help you? It doesn't help you at all. It's not helping you build any equity faster. That mortgage insurance is not your money to keep. So by them reducing the part that, truthfully, from my stance, is not helpful to you, is so important. And that was a powerful step to make. So if you want to know why I think it was a great idea that they reduced the mortgage insurance premium. So that's MIP. Okay? First thing, if you had a conventional loan, you already had options. Your PMI, you could shop for. You were not set at a rate. So you could go to companies like MGIC. You could go to Essence. You could go to Arch Mortgage Insurance. If you did not know that, that's on you and your loan officer. Or let's give the loan officer some credit that they shopped around for you and gave you the lowest mortgage insurance you qualified for. The second thing is, if you had an FHA loan, you had that option taken from you. HUD set that premium. You had to take what they gave you unless you put more money down. Okay? So by putting more money down, it could reduce your mortgage insurance premium. Now, FHA mortgage insurance premium, MIP, how it works is as you pay your principal down, the mortgage insurance goes down. So it's not a set amount every month. The downside of mortgage insurance for FHA loan is that if you do not put down more than 10% at the time of purchase, you have mortgage insurance for the life of the loan. So if you stay in that loan for 30 years, you have mortgage insurance for 30 years. But the mortgage insurance will come down depending on your balance, what you owe. Now, for a conventional loan, you may have heard with 20%, what? There is no mortgage insurance. So FHA, you can put 20% down. You still will have mortgage insurance, okay? So I want to clear why this is so big for FHA borrowers. it has been very expensive and almost penalizing when you get an FHA loan. Because FHA loans do have this stigma that they're only for first-time home buyers. But FHA loans are really an option for anybody who wants them. And it could be beneficial to get an FHA loan, maybe at the beginning, refinance it to a conventional loan. It may allow you to get more purchasing power. Usually the interest rate on the loan is lower than the conventional loan, but it was not comparable because the mortgage insurance premium was so high. You hear me saying mortgage insurance premium, MIP, which is not the same as PMI on a conventional loan. So for all of my naysayers out there that don't understand or are saying that it makes no sense, it's only $800 a year up to, again, it's an option. And I am a fan of knowing your options and having your options. Don't let somebody make a decision for you. Get control of your finances and learn the power in having options. So now, instead of that rate with the conventional loan, like I said, you got to shop around. Now with the FHA loan, you have an option that the premium can be lower. So if you're interested in FHA loan, if you purchased a home with using FHA within the last 36 months, it may make sense to look and see if it can be helpful to you to have the lower premium. It may not make sense because the interest rates are higher than they were before. But you need to know your options. You need to make sure that while these home prices are up, if you have a plan and strategy on how tapping into the equity can be useful to you. Owning a home, tapping into the equity, these can be very inexpensive options in comparison to what it could cost to get a real business loan. Most business loans do not have low interest rates. Most business loans do not have repayment terms of 30 years. So you get a lower interest rate and you have a longer time to pay it back. So I'm going to ask you to do some math with me, because I get a lot of people who want to get business loans for $100,000. And what they don't understand is, let's just say $100,000, we're not going to use any interest right now. That why I asked if their business is making $10,000 a month. Here's why. If you take out your calculator and you do 100,000 divided by 12. I'll give you a moment. All right. So 100,000 divided by 12 is $8,333.33. You know, we know how the threes go on, right? Well, if you're not making at least $10,000 a month, you're not going to be able to cover the payment on $100,000. Where people get confused is they are using the equation of what it costs to get a home for $100,000. That home is now collateral. It's secured by that if you don't pay, they could take the house, and you have a longer repayment term. You have 30 years to pay it back. So this can be a great option. I believe we all have to start from one place. And one place is knowing what is being said about us. Checking our personal finances. Going to annualcreditreport.com to know what is being said about us behind our backs. The second thing that we need to do is decide if having and owning some collateral is important. Whether you're owning a home to live in, owning it as an investor, it is important that we own something. We have collateral, whether it's land, even down to vehicles. They can be depreciating assets, but depending on what you buy, it can be beneficial. I've had people use baseball card collections, watch collections as collateral. You may have collateral and you don't even know about it because you're not talking to the right people or you haven't developed the right network. The third thing I want to talk about, if you are a homeowner and you have had an FHA loan, currently have an FHA loan, or in the midst of applying for an FHA loan, please reach out to me at MissCooperHomeLoans.com. I'll take a look at your application. If you are already an existing homeowner, make sure you include your current mortgage statement because it may not make sense to refinance. But Any new FHA loan is eligible for the lower mortgage insurance premium. I hope you find this conversation helpful, and please follow me for more tips and let others know to follow me as well. I'm looking to increase by 3,000 more followers. So if you can help me with that, I greatly appreciate it. We're looking to have 10,000 followers